Welcome to Know the Score with Decker and Dix. Don't forget to like us and follow us on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Join us live Monday and Friday mornings, or sometimes Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and even an occasional Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, who knows? You can shoot us questions or just send us a comment to set Decker straight. Sit back, enjoy, Know the Score with Decker and Dix now.
We take you now to Kermit the Frog with another fast-breaking news story.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog of Sesame Street News.
Oh,
Yeah, you got to hit
Kermit doesn't have it.
Yeah,
But
good old
it's trade deadline day today.
It is. It is. And already a couple of moves have been made.
Yeah.
The Cowboys got a receiver named Mingo or something
Yep.
like that.
He's just
And
been in a bad offense, they said. So
Oh, okay.
bringing him in
So
to-
he's
yeah.
going to be good, is what you're
Yeah.
telling me. Okay. And then the rich just keep getting richer. Did you see that one?
no.
Zadarius Smith is going to the Lions.
Yes.
You did see that one.
I did see that one, yeah.
Okay. But that's
I'm
all I
still-
know of right now.
The one that I liked, I guess, over the weekend that helped me on one of my fantasy teams has officially put my keeper league team up for sale. If anybody out there wants to buy it, because I had a cakewalk of a game yesterday, and I had Kareem Hunt going against Hopkins, and I lost by 3.
Oh, so you're done.
I lost. I'm 3-6. I'm like, you know what? Fire sale today. So the trade deadline is like in 3 weeks for our keeper league, but I think I'm gonna clean house, build around Caleb, and see what happens.
Gotcha. All right. There you go. I don't miss fantasy football. You know, I was talking with a buddy a couple days ago. We were all in a fantasy league together. He's like, "Do you miss it?" And you know, I kind of miss the draft
Yeah,
because that was like when we all got together and kind of hung out and had a couple beers and drafted and all that stuff. But I just don't, man. I don't know. It just
I mean,
because
it's
it ruins
fun,
your
but it's
day.
like-
It ruins your day.
It does.
You know,
It does.
Yeah. Just like when your favorite team loses, it kind of ruins your day. You know, if it's like if the Vikings lose to the Bears, it kind of gives me a little like, yeah, I can't rub it into Nolan. He's going to rub it into me.
Yeah, but then if your fantasy team wins, you're like, hey, our fantasy team still won, so I'm still good.
Oh, there you
But
go.
I will take a Bears Super Bowl championship over a Dakota Bears. Well, no, I'd make more money.
Yeah, I was gonna. Well, depending on if you bet on the Bears. Or
That's
not.
true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So speaking of betting, tell us about Vegas.
I
What's,
lost every freaking sports bet that I put down.
Yeah.
I was going down with intentions of betting on games. Okay.
Okay.
So once I got in there, I realized I could go Vikings money line, Vikings over, and I can bet on Justin Jefferson to score a touchdown. So
Yeah.
I started putting touchdowns in there, and these guys weren't
Yeah.
scoring. That killed my ticket. So
I have a hard time betting on the Vikings because if they lose and I lose the bet, then
Yeah.
it's double freaking ouch.
I know,
You know.
I know.
And
And you're not going to like this, but I know the Vikings are 6-2, but man, they're not a good football team.
well,
I mean,
I-
I look at the stats, I look at the total yardage. I mean, I don't know. They're beating the teams they need to. I mean, if the
Yeah,
Bears were
yeah.
6-2 now, I'd say, yeah, we're a good team. But I mean, when you struggle against Joe Flacco and the Colts for 3.5 quarters, and then you finally put it away at the end, it's just like, but their defense kept them in the game. That's
Right.
what you need. You need a defense,
Right.
and they do.
so with your kicker, knowing your kicker had pulled, and I'm not making excuses for the Vikings because I have no reason to.
Right.
But if you knew, I mean, it came out that he had a quad injury earlier in the week. Why wouldn't you sign another kicker?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And if he limped after the first field goal that he missed, why would you put him at kickoff?
right.
Isn't your punter supposed to be able to kick too?
Correct.
I mean,
And-
you're sending him out there going, I know you're hurt, but try to hurt it worse so we can, So
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't miss all year, and he cost 2 field. I mean, he could have cost you guys the game. Very close.
He could have. I mean, but it could have been what 7-6 before they went into halftime.
Yeah.
I mean, they were moving the ball pretty good. Darnold makes some dumb mistakes. He got that touchdown the Colts had was, I don't know, what did you think? He hit him pretty good with his forearm in the helmet, so I think that should have been a penalty. I mean, they threw the flag on it, but never said anything about it.
Well, you know my opinion on it. I said it on X, and you came back and had a comment for me.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's only certain quarterbacks in the league, Chad. You know
that are going to get that. I know.
Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, the flag's already in the guy's hand before the contact is made.
And Josh Allen would be doing it the other way. He'd be grabbing somebody's face mask and tearing that thing off. So, I don't know. So if you remember back, Noel, I sent this to you, Snap, yesterday. I predicted the Vikings would win 4 games, right?
Yep.
They've got 6. Should I be happy? Yeah, I kind of am. I think that's a good deal. I think we're good. I think we're in a good spot.
A good spot, but looking at the standings, the Bears are still in a good spot at 4-4. We're in the 8th spot, I think. I mean, NFC is not overly dominating this year. Yeah, Bears are in the 8th spot right now behind. Okay. Because they go top 7, right?
Yep.
So yeah, Green Bay is in the 7th spot, and Green Bay isn't a very good football team. Philadelphia,
I don't think so either.
Minnesota is 5. Arizona is 5-4. They're playing good football. Kirk Chains, number 3. Atlanta 6-3.
Yeah.
Washington, I still can't figure it out if they're legitimate or not. But
I think they're legit, dude.
Do they play the Chiefs this weekend?
I don't know who the Chiefs play.
No, they got the Commanders, Eagles, Cowboys. They don't play the Chiefs. Somebody said something about them knocking off the Chiefs, but.
Well, who did you just say? Are you reading the Chiefs schedule?
No, Washington's.
Well, you just said they played the Commanders, and that's them. They play themselves.
We haven't quite legalized marijuana in this state yet.
Okay.
So
is it the Mondayest? Is it the Mondayest Tuesday ever for you today? Is that okay?
So let's take a look at the Chiefs. Let's Larry Zonka, Bob Greasy. They're all looking at the schedule.
Yeah.
All the Miami faithful want to keep that 1972 undefeated team alive, and being the only team undefeated. They got the champagne put away last night. They were ready to pop the cork last night.
Yeah.
If the Bucks would have went for 2, but what do you do there? Do you go for 2 on the road?
I go for 2 on the road with Patrick Mahomes. Heck yeah.
So Broncos are at the Chiefs. I would think that's good defense.
Chiefs.
Chiefs are probably going to win that. Next one up, Buffalo Bills.
Oh, is it at Buffalo?
It is at Buffalo.
I'm going to say first loss of the season.
So out of the rest of the schedule, Panthers, Raiders, Chargers, Browns, Texans, Steelers, Broncos, Bills would be the only team I think that have a chance at knocking them off other than the Broncos.
I'd say the Broncos probably do, Nolan. I think the Chargers get up for those games, those interdivision games.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say that 2, they'll lose 2. I don't think they're going to go undefeated. That's just me. What do you think?
That's hard to say. I don't know. It'll be interesting. But I do got a new segment before we get into our picks and all that.
Okay. Before we move on to that segment, so we were talking before we went on about Mahomes, and he jumped up in the air and he kind of rolled his ankle a little bit. And
tweaked it a little bit, but acted like
he's such a warrior. God, like I said earlier, I do that getting out of bed to go to the bathroom in the morning. I make it through the day. Nobody does it. I don't know. It doesn't look bad at all.
It's funny. Your comment. It's funny because you know where I'm going with this. I mean, you've had Brett Favre, played with injury, gutsy guy, Aaron Rodgers. Every game he's beat up. He's now all of a sudden Jordan Love last week, and he ain't playing, man. He just ripped his hamstring. He's all of a sudden he's like, wow, he's practicing. And he went out and he played against the Detroit Lions. What a gamer.
He's a gamer.
A horrible game.
Yep.
And where are we putting Jordan Love in the NFC North quarterback race? Out of the 4 quarterbacks that are in there right now, with 23 completions, 39 attempts, no touchdowns, 1 interception against the Detroit Lions.
So you got it. And I'm not one to back a Packer, as you know, but the conditions were pretty terrible there. I mean, and he's
but it's
hurt.
In Lambeau. It's in Lambeau. I mean, if you're a quarterback that can't perform in the cold.
It wasn't cold. It was wet and yucky and
it was
slimy.
It was cold. Yeah,
I'd give him a pass on that game. I don't think he should have played, just by some of the things that when you saw him run, he just wasn't there, and he made a pretty.
What was his last injury?
The knee, when he blew it out. When he blew it out on the turf in Brazil. So I don't know. Nolan. I would say Goff is probably number 1. I would put the other 3 at tied for number 2.
Okay, so Jordan Love's last game against Jacksonville, 30-27 win, 14-22, 196, no touchdowns, 1 interception.
And you got Josh Jacobs, who's freaking running the ball like a madman.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 127 yards.
Yeah, so there you go.
But I don't know. I'm still not sold on Jordan Love.
I'm not sold on him either. It's a sophomore season, so let's give him. It's going to come down to the end of the year in that division. It's gonna.
But my big thing on Jordan Love is his payday.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Dak Prescott. Let's talk about that dude. I mean, highest paid quarterback.
Can we just laugh at him instead?
Yeah, he's done nothing, and now he's going on the IR going, dang, I got to make my insurance payment to my mansion.
Yeah, and then he got caught on the air saying, God, we suck.
Well, he had another word in the middle there.
Well, I know. I can't. Yeah. I don't want to push that button when I have to publish this on Spotify, so I don't want to do that, but it's kind of funny. Anyways, happy for the Cowboys. I think Mayor McCheese is done. I think he's so I put it out on X. Should we suck for Sanders or be putrid for Prime? And people are like, yeah, that's awesome. They thought that was pretty good. So but do they go as a package deal?
You guys have your QB1.
I'm talking about Dallas.
Oh, Dallas, buddy. Yeah.
I did it on a Dallas post.
On a Dallas one. Okay.
Yeah.
So I kind of riled some fans up yesterday. They had a picture of Darnold and they had a picture of McCarthy, and the guy goes, dude, look at him. He's listening to play calls. He's got his play call sheet. And I'm like, if you don't think he's listening to music right now, you got another thing coming. He ain't listening to no play calls at the side.
You don't know that.
I know I don't know that. I just like to rile up. NFC North.
Give me your new segment you want to throw you, and I'll tell you.
I went through the right games. Answer.
Okay.
Some of the stats, I kind of like looking at team stats like yardage and all that stuff. And
sure.
So I have one game here that I pulled out of, I think it was Sunday game. So I'm going to give you Team A and Team B stats.
Okay.
Team A had 18 first downs, 57 total plays, 350 total yards, and 2 turnovers.
Okay.
Penalties, nothing much there.
How many passing yards did they have, and how many rushing yards did they have?
Passing yards, 137.
137.
Rushing, 213.
213 rushing. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Team B, 16 first downs.
Okay.
70 total plays.
Okay.
241 total yards. 172 passing. 69 rushing.
How many?
0 turnovers.
60 yards rushing.
69.
Okay.
Snicker. And 0 turnovers.
Oh, now I got to hit yes. It's a dirty podcast. Way to go, buddy.
Time of possession, Team B was 31 minutes. Team A was 28 minutes.
Okay, so since you're kind of telling me this, I'm guessing Team B won, or else you wouldn't be bringing this up. Am I going down the right rabbit hole here, or what? Am I supposed to guess?
No.
Am I supposed to guess the team?
Team B. Well,
yeah.
If you want to guess the teams, you can.
Okay.
But it's going to be tough because you don't know the score. You don't know but you're thinking Team B out of those stats won the game.
Yeah, because I think it's Detroit beat the Packers, and the Packers had so much more total yards than everybody than the Lions did and all that stuff. But turnovers make you lose the game.
Well, Team A had 29 points. Okay. Team B had 9. That would be your Chicago Bear game.
Wow, there you go.
So, yeah, on paper, you're looking, no turnovers, held the ball for 31 minutes, had 13 extra plays than them, 12 total drives to 11, but the rushing yards, and I just don't know how, I don't know how Team A won. I really don't.
They scored more points.
They did.
They had more yardage.
Yeah.
They ran the ball.
I know, yeah. But you were pretty confident that Team B won that ball game.
Well, because the way you were going about it, I figured you're going to be like, all right, well, let me show you something, you son of a gun. So anyways, all right, we got to do a quick one today. We knew that, right? Yep. Okay. So we'll go to our top 6. Top 6 teams in the league. Dennis Allen got fired. Who's next to get fired? Do you think McCarthy goes before my number 6 team coach goes?
I think Eberflus, or I don't know. I don't think they'll fire Eberflus.
Okay.
Unless if we get beat by the Patriots, it's going to be awful tough
not to get rid of him.
I think the Patriot game will save his job, but man, when you get into the next 6 out of 8 division along with San Francisco,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you got to make some changes, man, and I think.
So we putting the brakes on a little bit for the playoffs for the Bears? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
Well, no, I don't. They're
4-4 with a rookie quarterback, buddy.
They could go to the playoffs.
They could
have your coach fired mid-season. That's the crazy part of it. But
well, that's where the Jets are sitting right now too.
Yeah.
Never mind. I think the Jets are done. So all right.
It's hard for me to say that Eberflus is a good coach. Defensive coordinator, hell yeah. It runs a great defense. We were missing 4 starters this weekend too. Montez Sweat was a late game scratch, which kind of sucked. But I don't know. I don't think you could fire him. And then who do you put at head coach? Do you put Shane Waldron as your interim head coach?
I think you do an interim. Yeah.
But there's scuttle that Shane Waldron's a horrible offensive coordinator. So
yeah. Where is it lying right now?
Yeah.
What do the Bears need? What do they need? Just consistent offensive play.
Consistent offense. I mean, we haven't addressed the offense. And then they said the 2 guys up on top, Poles is one of them, have not addressed the offensive line. And they're both offensive linemen. You think they would know, hey, you get a Dallas Cowboy line up in front of Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
And
Poles was cooking, but whatever he was cooking must turn freaking sour or rancid.
Caleb hasn't had a lot of time to pass, which sucks. Yeah. I mean, it's every time he drops back, man. And but anyway,
will they make a move today? Bears going to make a move today. Will they make a move today?
Already made one. They got Herbert to Cincinnati for a huge 7th round pick in 2020.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
well, he was scratched the other day, anyways. So
yeah, he was a healthy scratch, and he was one of our better runners. But I guess Swift and Johnson have taken over, and I guess we don't see him in practice.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know that.
I
So
think the Bears do make one more trade today. I don't think the Vikings do. I think the Vikings have set themselves. I don't know what else they trade for.
I think they need it.
I don't.
I don't know anything. I do know a lot of things, but I don't know anything. I think the Vikings will most likely try to get one more cornerback. And on X today, it's like this guy said, well, here's what Alex Lewis from the Athletic is saying. And he put like 15 guys on there that the Vikings could get today. And he said, and he had that Robinson on the list last week. Well, yeah, if I threw out 30 names, I'm going to hit one, aren't I?
Yeah.
I mean,
he only threw out like 5 names, though. He didn't.
There's more than that.
So you like this new ballot out in Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago. Cowboys suck. Is that the bottom?
No, fire Matt Eberflus.
Fire Matt Eberflus. There we go. Yeah. Anyways, okay.
My number 6.
Your number 6, Nolan, is whom?
Going with the Commanders.
Okay.
I dropped my Bears out of the top 6 and Denver out of the top 6.
Okay. All right. I had the Commanders in there last week, and I kind of like what the Eagles are doing with Barkley. I think that guy can. So I switched him. I put the Eagles as 6, even though they think Sirianni's a terrible coach. I still think you go as your running back goes, I think, is the way the league is today. I honestly think that. I think that. So, okay. My number 5, I got my Vikings in at number 5. Aaron Jones had a pretty good game. My boy, Cam Akers, had some pretty good runs at the end of the game. I don't know if you saw those. That Robinson they got, if they could sign him long-term, bring back Darashaw next year, they got a pretty good line, buddy. So they got to kind of think about that, but they're just saying he's a rent-a player. But I got the Vikings at 5. They got a pretty easy schedule coming up. You gave me a thumbs down on that?
I did.
Okay. Who's your number 5? Huh?
Nothing. Hey, we're going to go with Baltimore.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Baltimore Ravens playing well. They demolished Denver. As I was bragging about Denver's defense, Lamar Jackson said, "Hold my beer."
He cut them up, sliced them up. Yeah, who do you got number 4?
My number 4, I'm going to stay in the AFC. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, okay. You got the Bills at 4. I got the Ravens at 4.
Okay.
Even though they had that little thump with the Browns. Again, it's that interdivision game, playing one of your rivals, the old Browns versus the new Browns, blah, 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 blah. So, Ravens, they look pretty damn good on Sunday. So,
okay.
My number 3 team, I got the Buffalo Bills at number 3.
All right.
Playing some good ball.
My number 3, another team that's playing good ball. And I guess now everybody's comparing stats to Sam Darnold. Kirk Cousins. Going number 3, Atlanta.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't put him in because I knew you were going to put him high, so I couldn't do it. I think
Atlanta's for real, man. I think they're
if you look at their stats, Darnold and Cousins are just about the same, and Cousins has got one more game on him. So there's that. Just saying. Who you got number 2? You're up number 2. I know who you got.
But then you got to realize the weapons that Minnesota has compared to Atlanta's.
Oh, Atlanta's got freaking
London went out.
London
was hurt. He
got a touchdown. Freaking the old
Mooney,
Bears receiver.
He's a former
Mooney's
Bear.
out there.
He's
good. He's good. They got 2 running backs. They've got blah, 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 all those guys. Who's your number 2 team? Did you put the Chiefs at number 2?
You in mute. Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, 8-0.
You got the Chiefs.
They could be the worst team in the NFL, and if they're 8-0, damn it, they're going in the top 2.
All right. I got the Lions number 2.
I know the refs helped them out again last night, I guess, on one play.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that right guard is able to get that jump every time. Why it's not called on them.
I've been seeing that more. more and more. Like it's like they're just kind of starting to pull back a little bit earlier, and
Yep.
they're kind of more of a V formation than it
Yeah.
used to be too. I don't know if you noticed that, but
Yep.
um,
The Chiefs can do it. You got
For-
Detroit
for-
too?
I got Detroit too, and I got the Chiefs one. Chiefs are undefeated. I can't put an undefeated team as number 2. Just I don't know, but for some
Yeah, you
reason today,
You can
Some-
do that.
well, I can if I wanted to, but I don't want to. For some reason today, the Roger Goodell Twitter X thing popped up again, where the Vikings guy was calling him. Almost, I
That is a
just,
good one.
I just laughed.
It's like, what is Goodell,
Goodell-
doing? It's like, do you
He's
realize
doing-
what he's
Well, if you look real close, the girl is giving the dude the finger. And
Oh,
then
really?
Goodell- yeah, and then Goodell's like,
Goodell's doing his, yeah. So, yeah, obviously, you know, my number one.
yeah.
A team I didn't give a chance in heck to make the playoffs, and they're doing it right so far. Campbell hasn't had that one call. He had one earlier in the season that cost him that one game.
Yeah.
I think
Their only
But-
game.
that's when we get into the playoffs, when they're closer games. Will Dan Campbell figure stuff out by then? If he does, if they go on to win a Super Bowl, Chad, I have bet on the Detroit Lions to
Okay.
win the Super Bowl. I have the Ohio State Buckeyes to win the national championship. And I've got next year's Dodgers to win the World Series, to go back to back. Simple $20 bet will get me $3,100.
Okay.
And I know it's a long
I see
shot.
all
I don't
three of
know.
those happening.
Huh?
I can see it. I don't think the Dodgers. I don't think the Dodgers can go back to back, buddy.
That's why they call it gambling there, buddy. You know, Detroit's got
Yeah.
a legitimate shot. I think the winner out of the NFC
I
is
think
probably
Detroit
gonna,
does.
and Ohio State, I think it's going to be a crapshoot with 12 teams in the playoffs. I mean, it's
Yeah,
You
I
may
don't-
see,
Ohio State's. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be. I'm kind of looking forward to it. They do the first rankings tonight, right?
oh, do they?
Yeah, and then, but it doesn't really matter because in 4 weeks from now it's going to be totally different. So
Right.
So
So,
there
when
you
do the
go.
playoffs?
So-
When do the playoffs start?
not until January, or like the bowl games. It's the bowl games.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah,
So in
yeah.
the top 12, Boise State sneaks in there at 12. Alabama,
yep.
Notre Dame, BYU, IU. Who's IU? Is that Indiana? Yep,
Indiana, yeah, Indiana's freaking.
Indiana's sitting at
on the-
9-0.
They're
Can't keep
undefeated.
them out.
They're
Tennessee,
undefeated.
Penn State, Texas, Miami undefeated. Miami was like down 20, weren't they? Came back and
Yeah,
won.
they came back
Ohio
and won,
State,
yep.
Georgia. Man, they don't look good. And then Oregon. Next week we'll talk about they're not doing the playoff standings tonight, are they? Just
Well, they're
another
just-
rankings.
It's the first ranking, so it'll be the first 12 teams.
So those will be the 12 that'll be in the playoffs?
No. Just if the playoffs were to start,
Oh,
Today.
okay.
so it's just a way for ESPN to make more money. Sperm
Because
Center.
Army's
Did you like my?
8-0.
Did you like my Sperm Center? I thought that was pretty
I
funny.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
All
right, my man.
Listen again. Hey, we had 57 viewers. Welcome in, all 57 of you. If you're still hanging around, if you're not, thanks
58 now.
for Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. I didn't even put her on there.
Oh,
I just
thought
did
maybe it'd go up 10 when I said her name.
I did hashtag. I think that's what it was.
You did hashtag.
Yeah. I did hash. Can't you see it up there? It says, where you been? It says,
I think
vote.
it's probably. I think all the people are coming in on Skoll probably.
Wow. I was going to say, vote today. It's your right. It's
Yep.
your honor. And it's your duty to vote. And that's all I'm going to say.
North Dakota has a marijuana measure to legalize.
We're going to
We
pass.
also have
Did you
property
vote
tax.
yes or no? Did you vote yes or no?
I haven't
on the
voted. I'm
matter?
going to vote.
Oh.
I usually go in about 3-4 just to
Okay.
see how many people have voted. We're in a small town, so it's kind of nice to see how many people vote.
Yep.
But my
We
daughter
got,
and her two roommates, one's from Bowman, so they're going to go to Bowman, then Hettinger, then on the way back to Bismarck, they're going to hit Mott. All three of them are going to get out and vote. So thought that was kind of cool that you got college kids that want to get out and vote. So
Yeah, my oldest boy is a member of a political club down at Winona State where he is a senior. And I won't mention which one it is because we don't want to talk politics on there, but he's getting college kids that aren't at home registered to vote. To be able to vote, to make sure that, hey, I'm in college and so we can do this and do
and
that.
that's what Gabby and them should have done, but they asked me way too late. And it's like, sorry, you should have asked me like a month ago.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, it's just a little hop, skip, and a jump to all three of those towns. And of those girls to say, hey, I want to get out and vote. So
yeah. Sammy and Gracie get to vote for the president for the first time in their lives. And so
Harris, Oliver, and Trump.
Is that who the
those are the three? Yeah. Oliver is the libertarian.
So there you go. Okay. All right, brother.
Who you voting for? Who you voting
am I
for?
voting for? Me?
Do we want to get into that? Probably not. We might get trashed on X or something if
I am going to vote for
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Hulk Hogan. Anytime you need anything.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
All right.
Adios, my brother.
Have a great week, and we'll
Yeah.
talk to you Friday.
Friday.